What's up, Xavier? Alright, so just specify what you did for weights. Alright, so when I give you a range, I want you to always put notes in. So if I write 3 times 5, 3 sets of 5 at 25 pounds, write that in the description, okay? I'll show you an example. Let's see. So when I'm looking at your program, so I wrote in what I want her to do, and then she wrote in kind of what she ended up doing, okay? So I wrote in what I wanted her to do, she wrote in the description. So just make sure you write in the description what you do for sets and reps and what you use for weights, especially if I give you a range, okay? Alright, now with these, I want you to make sure that you're taking, one, your same stance as your regular squat. And then when you're pausing, I want it to be about a 2 Mississippi count. And as you're pausing, I want you to focus on driving your knees out. So I want to see a visual effort of you driving your knees out in the pause. I also want you to start your squat by sending the hips back before you come down. And then out of the hole, remember we talked about the knees sliding forward? I want the knees to actually slide back into this position, pausing, driving the knees out, and then finishing on the way up, okay, man? Also, I would like you to write down how difficult it was on a scale of 1 to 10, okay? And that goes for all the exercises. When we're doing these videos too, I want to see your entire body, okay? So I'm not really sure what your head's doing. I could sort of see what your feet are doing. Alright, I want you to do a better job. It almost looks like you're sort of pausing at the bottom. I want just a quick touch and go. Alright, so get down there and come right back up. Alright, and like I said, you can write any additional notes that you have there, as far as like how difficult it was, and then any other notes for yourself. For these chest supported rows, let's lower the bench just a little bit. And I want you to notice how you pull the weight. So notice how it's kind of like going in this kind of diagonal pattern. I want the weight to hang straight down, and then I want you to pull it straight up. Okay? Alright, and the same thing with the video. I just want to make sure I can see your entire body, okay? What's going to be very important is we keep the upper arm perpendicular to the floor. So we want to just bend at the elbows and come back up. So we don't want to see any movement in this arm. And let's just make sure that the arm stays perpendicular to the ground. And, you know, I'm writing weights in here, and, you know, if it's within the range, that's great. If it's not, be okay with kind of adjusting the weight to make sure that the form is perfect, okay? These side planks. So make sure that you're pulling your hips forward and you're really driving that hip up as high as possible. Also keep that head in line with the rest of your spine, okay? I don't want to see any sagging. I want a straight line from the head all the way down to the pelvis. Hips are up as high as possible, okay? So really drive the hips up to the ceiling. I want a straight line, keep the head straight, okay?